The Black Mamba, Mr. 81, the infamous Kobe Bean Bryant. The first NBA guard to ever be drafted to the NBA straight out of high school and the youngest to ever start an NBA game. Kobe was drafted in 1996 as a 13th overall pick by the Charlotte Hornets. Of course, they would later regret that decision, as bad as Dwight Howard's pullout game,
Our D was good tonight.
as the same night he was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. But without anyone knowing, he would become the face of the franchise and change history in the NBA forever. 20 seasons later, he has 5 championships, 18 All-Star appearances, a 15-time member of the All-NBA team, a 12-time member of the All-Defensive team, the 2008 Most Valuable Player, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, and a lot. I mean, a lot of times where Kobe just humiliated his opponent. So first up is one of the more memorable dunks in Kobe's career, where he welcomed an infamous rookie into the league with an explosive dunk over him. That rookie was Dwight Howard. Dwight describes it best in this interview and exposes how this was the very first time he was ever dunked on.
And I was like, man, I just got dunked on. And that's like the first time I ever been dunked on my whole life.
Kobe comes out of the backcourt. The Lakers trail it 82-74. Oh, Kobe hammers it home right over the top of Josh Howard. And this is a Kobe Bryant playing with a very Dwight Howard, the very sore left foot. Well, let me posterizes Dwight Howard.
Well, with Kobe's nuts in Dwight's face, I can't prove if he liked it or wish it never happened. But in all seriousness, you can see the pain in Dwight's face as he becomes Kobe's dunk victim.
But it starts with the D.
When I was talking to him, Doc Rivers felt that Josh Smith
And Dwight would remember this dunk for years to come. And if I had an opinion on it, I feel as if he always had a grudge about it, since this Kobe-Dwight feud never really stopped. Although they only played one season together in 2012 to 2013, they never did develop to the dream pairing Lakers fans thought they might be. I guess Kobe just doesn't get along with the NBA's most dominant big men, if you know what I mean. It's obvious there was no love between them, and after Dwight had left the Lakers, their relationship was still on bad terms. During a game between the Lakers and Rockets, Dwight pulls down the rebound and this happened.
They've missed about 5 of those tonight. The Lakers have not been able to get it. And Howard with the elbows, and Kobe was defending, and some words exchanged, and this goes back to what was the story when the two were wearing the same uniform, although they never played on the floor together. I love it. Little bad blood's always good, huh?
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, comments coming out from Dwight Howard saying he wasn't scared of Kobe, and Kobe being very demanding as a teammate. Well, obviously pro-Laker crowd here and pro-Kobe. This guy. He can't be.
Yes, Dwight throws a couple elbows, and it sparked a clip we'd remember for years to come. Yeah, Dwight, now looking back on it, said he hated Kobe for years for calling him soft, but only because he looked at it the wrong way. After Kobe's retirement, he explained that the rift was nothing personal, but simply came to be because he wanted more out of Dwight back then. Back in 2015, the Mamba injured his shoulder that kept him out of action for a long time. The major torn rotator cuff needed surgery, which meant that Kobe could not even sit on the bench. The Lakers team was losing, and losing bad. They were on an 8-game losing streak and finally broke it with a win against Boston. The team was very happy about it, but Kobe, he probably had the funniest reaction of all.
Okay. So the Lakers had an 8-game losing streak. They beat the Celtics. Overtime, great. This is from after that game.
This got interesting. Come back to Force OT. You got some friends here.
You feel me? We back in the building. Y'all thought we was gone. My man Jay Lynn was doing his thing. Jay Hill doing his thing.
Nick out there hitting his free throws. You know how he do it. You know, Jay Lynn going to the basket like it ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mike, man, you got a nice suit on today, too, man.
Appreciate that, Swag.
You got
Men's Warehouse.
Now, would that happen if you were there? Would there be a celebration? When I saw that, all I could think of was you. Hey, did you see the movie Whiplash?
That's a great segue.
Kobe's face said it all. The Mamba, like nothing of the sort, he was never one for premature celebrations. It reminds me of the time when the Lakers went 2-0 in the finals. He would never celebrate because the job isn't finished.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or
Still to be happy about.
you're up 2-0?
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
When you become the best, you're going to have people trying to shut you down. And one of those people were named Ruben Patterson. You may remember him, maybe not, but the thing I remember him most for was for what he proclaimed himself as. Ruben apparently proclaimed himself as the Kobe stopper, saying that honestly, I dominated Kobe, they called me the Kobe stopper, he hated when I guarded him, and he knows it till this day. I don't know why Ruben thought he could say that and think Kobe, wouldn't go and kill him every time they played. Fast forward, and it was time for Ruben and Kobe to match up. It was the final game of the 03-04 season, and this game was kind of important to the Lakers because if they won, they would clinch their division and the top seed in the West. If they lose, they tie with the Kings and get the second seed. The Trailblazers, on the other hand, this game was everything. If they win, they clinch a playoff spot, and if they lose, well, their season's over. The game starts with the Mamba being the Mamba, and Ruben just watching from the bench. And when Ruben came in, Kobe kept at it as if Ruben wasn't even there. Embarrassingly enough though, Ruben got switched off of him, and the Blazers decided to throw another body at Kobe to try and slow him down. Just think about that for a second. Ruben Patterson, known for just his perimeter defense, he was not an offensive threat and was just switched off of Kobe for his poor defense. Kobe had just basically decimated his value, but as the game went into the fourth quarter, the Lakers were down 7, and after a few back and forths, the Trailblazers were up by only 3 with 8 seconds left to go. And with Ruben on Kobe for the final possession, this is what happens.
Bryant out top against Patterson. Kobe cannot get Patterson in the air. A wild three. He hit it.
With Ruben actually about to stop Kobe and maybe live up to the name the Kobe Stopper, playing great defense, Kobe just said, "Fuck no, you ain't stopping me," and banged the shot to send the game into overtime. To make matters even worse, in overtime with the Blazers up by 2, with only a second left to go,
Payton to inbound. Bryant for 3.
yeah, Kobe hit the shot over Ruben again, making the Blazers miss the playoffs and while them clinching the first seed. After that, Ruben was sure to keep Kobe's name out of his mouth, and after retirement, here's what Kobe had to say about the whole Ruben Patterson situation.
You say Tony Allen was the toughest to guard you. Where does Ruben Patterson, the Kobe stopper,
the original Kobe stopper.
No, he's not on the list. I mean, look, Rube.
That was my favorite thing
I know.
ever.
Listen,
The
I love
Kobe
Rube.
stopper.
So when Rube and I played together, he was the one player that would compete against me hard every day. I mean, he would show up every day. He had that kind of Bob Huggins, Cincinnati, tough mindset type of thing, right? And so I love that about him. But then now he's a free agent, and now he's like, oh, yeah, I'm the Kobe stopper. I used to lock him up in practice. So I called him up. I said, Rube, dude, if you need help with the new deal, let me know. Like, I will go to the media and be like, yo, nobody guarded me better than Ruben Patterson. I've seen this guy every day in practice. I will help you with your new deal.
Right.
But now you done pissed me off. Because now you didn't let me know. Now you went out there and mouthed off. Now I got to kill you every time I play you, and it's not going to be a good situation for you.
I loved the every now and then, like, someone would be like, I'm the new Kobe stopper. And it's
dude,
like, what are you doing? You're just making it worse for yourself.
Man, my favorite thing was seeing Sean Kemp before a playoff game. Ruben Patterson had his feet in the ice bucket.
Yes, I remember that.
Kobe stopper.
The Kobe
Kobe
stopper. The Kobe stopper.
All right, come take this
I remember
45.
that video. Yeah.
Come take this 45.
Yeah, that was.
Next, we got a moment in which I think we all remember. It was an iconic moment that perfectly describes the Mamba and his mental ability. This game was between the Lakers and Orlando, and it was remembered for this one instant. Matt Barnes and Kobe Bryant had been going at it the entire game, which led up to this moment on the inbound where Barnes decided to do this.
It doesn't make any sense to me, unless he thinks he can entice Kobe Bryant to get thrown out.
Either that or there's no way he's going to intimidate. And now a two-shot foul because the foul occurred before the ball was inbounded. Tony Brothers now telling.
Like the assassin he is, Kobe didn't even flinch while the ball is just inches from his face. Matt Barnes talks about this moment in an interview where he said,
he didn't breathe. He's a killer, man. He's a machine. He's a killer, you know, but
now we all know about LeBronto, especially me, but before LeBronto, there was someone else who would always dominate the Raptors. That was Kobe Bryant. This is painful to say, as I myself am a Raptors fan, but respect has to be given where it's due, so it's only fitting I give the Mamba the praise he deserves. Back on December 1st, 2014, this was probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. With the Lakers down 1 and needing a bucket, Lou Williams bumps Kobe, and just take a look at his body language. You just knew he was about to do something. And yes, he did something that has been engraved in my head ever since I saw it live.
Kobe Bryant makes a baseline move, crossover, step back, good, and a foul.
And the face he makes afterwards, he's just a killer. This was just a tiny moment in Kobe's Raptors slaughter. And it brings us next to what is probably the greatest comeback game done by himself. On March 8th, 2013, against the Toronto Raptors, let's just say he went Black Mamba mode. The Lakers had trailed for most of the game, and with 3 minutes remaining, it looked like Toronto might take this one, and the Lakers' playoff chances would take a serious hit, while Kobe would just not let it happen. First with Allen Anderson all over him and the clock about to expire, Kobe just made it look so easy on what is probably one of the hardest shots in the game. And once Kobe hit that, there was no way the Raptors were winning this game. He just went on an onslaught.
Defense and an even better shot. 31 tonight for Bryant. 9 in the quarter. Anderson. Here's Kobe with fading three. Kobe Bryant has done it throughout his career. 107-106. They get it to Kobe. Kobe the three. 5.5 remaining. And the clock is running. They need to put time back on. It was 5.5.
If there ever was a definition of going Mamba mode, this is it. And in overtime, nothing changed. With the score tied, Kobe had possession of the basketball at the top of the key, and as time ran out, everyone's expectation was that he would heave up another long shot at the very end. The Raptors thought the same thing and made the grave mistake of sending Aaron Gray's slow ass to double. Just as Aaron Gray arrived, Kobe went right past him and dunked on DeRozan to seal the game. I think it's safe to say Kobe was LeBronto before LeBron. We could call it Bryanto. A 34-year-old Kobe finished with 41 points, 12 assists, and 6 rebounds. Dwight Howard scored 24 points, and Steve Nash scored 22 points that night, in what might have been the best game the Lakers ever played with the three of them on the court together. But this wasn't the first moment of Bryanto. We gotta go back to the most iconic game, the 81-point game against none other than the Toronto Raptors. So now you can see why this guy gave Raptor fans nightmares for years to come. And who was the majority of the points scored on? Jalen Rose. I guess Kobe never forgot about the time when Jalen purposely injured him in the 2000 finals. Kobe went from missing most of game 2 and all of game 3 with a sprained ankle.
Kobe Bryant. Looks like he sprained his ankle when Kobe came down. He's on the floor and he's writhing in pain, holding his left ankle. Meanwhile,
and later on, Jalen Rose even admitted that during game 2 of the 2000 NBA Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the Los Angeles Lakers, he purposely slipped one of his feet under Kobe Bryant while he was in the air, causing him to sprain his left ankle and miss all of game 3.
Kobe Bean Bryant goes up for a jump shot on the right wing. I contest the jump shot. Kobe lands on my foot.
Did you put your foot underneath him on
He
purpose?
hobbles off, and he actually misses the next game. Now, if it was up to me,
in the finals,
if it was up to me, he should have just missed the whole series. I would have a championship ring.
Okay.
And it'll be no harm, no foul.
Did you purposely put your foot underneath him when he landed? Don't lie to me. Jalen, don't lie to the people.
I think I did it on purpose.
You think you did it on purpose?
Yes.
You won't even cop to it. You won't even say, yes, I did it. I think.
I can't say that it was an accident.
Okay.
Let's just say Kobe didn't forget Jalen did this. As we all know, Kobe got his revenge in this game. He just kept banging shot after shot, and he finally got his 81st point and was subbed out of the game.
80 and 81. Bryant for 80.
Did I miss anything while I was gone?
Just another one in many.
Oh, okay.
Kobe Bryant, 28 for 46 from the field. This would be 18 for 20 from the line, and an 81-point game. 55 in the second half.
Years later, Kobe and Jalen made a commercial to make fun of the moment.
Jalen.
Oh, no. Hey, Cole, how you doing? How retirement treating you?
It's great, man. It's great. Just, a little writing, a little investing.
Nice. So I don't know if you saw the thing on Twitter about your statue.
You know I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, I figured that. Me either. A drink, Mr. Bryant?
Yeah, I'll have a vodka martini.
How many olives would you like?
81.
Really?
Nah, man, I'm just playing. Just 2. Joke for him. He gets it.
Kobe is just a killer, man. Anyways, guys, that's the video for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's been Handles, and until next time.